alarm normally hits me at about 5 o'clock in the morning. The first client then is normally at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is pretty cool. People inspire me for them to be motivated to get up at 6 o'clock and do a personal training session. In my experience, if you don't do the work yourself, then people don't quite respect you as much. So if people can see, especially in classes, that your technique is, spot on, that you're fit, that you can do things well, I think that's a massive motivator for other people. If you didn't practice what you preach, I suppose people wouldn't want to come back to classes, I suppose. So yeah, another big thing for me is trying to keep things fun as well. Like, some classes you go in and they can be a bit mundane and your mind wanders and you watch the clock in an hour every 5 minutes kind of dragging on. But for me, I think the key is distraction. If you can make things fun and a little bit more entertaining, then people are going to be feeling like they need to leave quite so quick, which tends to keep people coming back, which is cool.
I'm a personal trainer at Bannatyne's gym at Newport. I've been training for a few years on and off, not really taking it seriously, and then I just said to myself one day, I come to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, but just to stay fit. But then I wanted something a bit more. I wanted to give myself a goal to aim towards. The most benefit out of that job is just seeing people getting the results that they want, seeing the gratitude from them. But the best part of the job is getting the feedback back from each client and getting their personal goals achieved. So I do a lot of Les Mills, so I've just recently been qualified in body pump, and also do RPM, plus I do just your basic sort of spin, kettlebell, circuits and boxercise classes.
I am a personal trainer / fitness advisor in Bannatyne's Health Club Newport part-time, and I'm a full-time master's student studying strength and conditioning in Cardiff Met. And when I'm not doing all of that, I work in schools as a teaching assistant. I think I get a lot of enjoyment out of my own training. I feel like doing the kind of sessions I do helps me understand putting things in place for other people to do it. So I kind of need to go through processes myself to know how clients and stuff would feel when they were doing it. It's not just an hour PT session I spend with somebody, it's hours of programming and what they should be doing all week. I do love it, it's great, but I'm now going down a different path again. I've had a lot of injuries, I got quite unlucky. Because of the injuries I've had, I can't do certain qualifications. That means I would get high-end jobs within strength and conditioning. So I have redirected my kind of career back into schools now.
Well, for me, I've always loved health and fitness, like any kind of sport and stuff growing up. I kind of got thrown into the teaching side of things. It wasn't on my list of things to do. Miko brand I started initially when I started at the boot camps myself, which was, I would say, about 4 years ago. And since then kind of layered in my own business for personal training and called it Miko's Personal Training. Every single client is different at pushing themselves as well as me pushing them. I think as well, with being a PT and having so many fingers in different pies, that's helped me. I really am teaching as much as I am doing personal training. So again, the teaching gives me a lot of tools and ideas and inspiration then to layer in doing the PT sessions. Taking the best bits from everything I know and learned over the years and then kind of created it as my own. I mean, people wear my t-shirts and hoodies and hats and all the rest of it now, so I feel quite proud, to be fair.
It all started when I was in the army. I really struggled through my initial part of like when I first tried to join, and then when I initially joined, my fitness was probably in the bottom of the group. I was always like, right, I need to improve on this. And I always remember I got there on my army selection day and I couldn't do one pull-up. And that was something I always wanted to do, was be able to do pull-ups from that stage onward. So I just did every night, 50 press-ups, 50 sit-ups, as many pull-ups as I could. And then I go to bed, and I wake up in the morning and I do the same. By the end of training then, he was up in the top tier of the fitness levels then, just by having that little bit of drive, but having that doubt at the beginning, knowing I couldn't do it, to then make me better myself by not want to be at the bottom of the group anymore. So when I first joined the army, I hated fitness. The only fitness I ever did before then was playing rugby and doing cross country in school. That was the only fitness I ever knew. And then when I joined the army, it was a complete shock then. It was just, you know, high intense circuits, long runs, and then I hated fitness at that point because I was unfit. When I started to get fitter and fitter by being brought on by trainers there, that's when I started to get, you know, the love for it then, because he was just shouting and screaming at us. Once I pushed myself past those barriers and he was the one doing it, that's when I looked up to him then and respected him as a trainer, and that's when I thought, that's what I want to do. I can't actually remember what his surname was, I remember exactly what he looked like. He was a personal training instructor down at Limston. It's one of the Royal Marine camps, and I went down there when I first tried to join the Royal Marines when I was only 16, at the time. He reminded me of like Ivan Drago off Rocky.
If he does, he does.
Rocky, he was about 6, probably 7 foot tall. He was like built like never seen before. He was lean as hell. He was huge, bright blonde hair, bright blue eyes, and all I just remember him was that I was crawling through this tunnel, half filled with water, crawling through there. My knees were all cut up, my hands were all cut up, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And he was on the other side of it. I could just see his head, and he was just screaming abuse down this tunnel at me. But it was motivational at the time. He was trying to get the aggression out of me to then just get through that tunnel and get it done. And then he was the one that pushed us through training all through it, and I can't remember the name of him for the life of me though.
I had a shoulder op in July 2016, and that was through the NHS. They did the main things. All my range of movement was great, but that's kind of all they cared about. As soon as you got that back, you signed off. They didn't rehab me to the level that I needed to be back playing pro sport, so missed out on loads of opportunities. Seeing all my friends playing on TV, it's like annoying that I know I can't be there anymore. One day maybe I'll get back into it, who knows. At the time when my shoulder was bad, I was throwing the javelin, I was bowling, like fast bowling in cricket, and trying to lift a lot of weight in the gym. That was like early on in my weightlifting career, so I was lifting crazy weight, but my technique wasn't great. So kind of why I got into the whole strength and conditioning thing was because I picked up all these injuries because I didn't have a good strength and conditioning plan in place from when I was playing at a young age. So all these little weaknesses and imbalances you can imagine from having like playing one-sided sport all the time. So I've got a really strong one side, really weak other. It's just an imbalance, something overworked where it shouldn't have. Lifted too much weight, then I didn't rest it, carried on training because I just love it so much I couldn't stay away from it at the time. Learned the hard way, and rest is best if you're not feeling great. It's not going to kill you to take a day or two off the gym. It's not going to kill you to take a week off the gym. You're going to come back stronger.
It does consume your life, and it has, for me, changed me over the years, I would say, to be someone different than I was when I first sort of got into the industry. I've never ever once ever thought in all of my 12 years of being an instructor and trainer that I want to do something else. No way. It's always been, every day, it's always what I wanted to do. My life as a whole, I kind of can't live without it now, so I suppose it is part of me. You know, if I was to not train for a week or so, then I would probably be quite grumpy about it. I feel myself get a bit anxious and like, oh, I need to exercise. So it's a passion and a hobby and a job. I would say it does come under one roof. I was in a long-term relationship for about 11 years, and that's what made it cut off, because I was too busy doing all the fitness and food prep and working from 6 until 8 in the evening to give time to the relationship. So I would definitely say it does consume your life. Like you can't do it half-hearted, no way. Otherwise you won't stay in the industry very long. and you do see people come and go quite quickly. It is unsociable hours, it is weekends, it is nighttime and morning, so I suppose it doesn't fit into everybody's lifestyle. And quite often I think, oh, I should make time today to go and pop, because my mum only lives 2 streets away now, and quite often it goes 2 or 3 weeks and I haven't even popped in to see her. And I do always think, on a day like today where I have a few hours in the afternoon, I think, oh, I should pop round, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I need to just make sure I know what choreography I'm doing for tonight, and then time goes and I haven't popped over. And then when she rings me, I go, oh, I literally get that, like, oh, how long have I not spoken to her for? Oh. And she never says anything, but she normally will be like, you still alive then? Like, yeah, I'm still here, sorry I haven't seen you for so long. So that's kind of, yeah, I do feel guilty about it. I would say I'm quite selfish with my time, because I give it so much of my time to work and people and plans and clients, and I think then when I do have a couple of hours free, I'm quite introvert and like my own sort of company and space and things.
When people think, yeah, I train, I compete, you know, I do loads of classes, everything, I'm really, really fit. But when I'm not in work, I'm just the complete opposite. All I want to do is just lie in bed, watch Netflix and play on my Xbox for like 8 hours straight. I'd love to do that for life. I would, if I could, I would choose to do that rather than train. At least I could train once a day. I go train an hour a day and then I just sit in bed and play on my Xbox all day. I'd be the complete opposite of what people think I am. Everyone knows I don't stop. Everyone knows I'm always working, you know, I'm always pushing for, you know, the next challenge and always setting myself new goals. Just a fitness machine, a mad fitness fanatic, just somebody that, you know, just non-stop, and that's just something that just keeps you going. If you haven't got a goal to push towards, you know, you haven't got, you know, that work ethic isn't there. And you know, it's always good to be able to be self-disciplined as well, to show everyone that you are, you know, that type of individual that gets stuff done.
The thing is, people don't understand that, like, this whole like weight loss or weight gain or just even maintaining your weight, it's not just about like one day a week, like focus everything on, oh my god, I can only eat 1200 calories today, like where did that even come from? People don't understand, and they read into all this stuff they see on social media or they see in magazines, like, oh, I have to limit myself to this. What are you doing? You need that much food just to breathe, just to be alive, like, let alone all the excess energy you expend when you come to the gym or just walking around. Thinking about things is energy you need, so this whole no carb this and low fat that is rubbish and it winds me up. Oh my god, almond butter is everything. Almond butter is also great, and there's a brand called Peanut Butter Co. that do all chocolate peanut butter. Oh my god, I can eat like we shouldn't talk about food, I get so excited.